Hey guys, what's going on? Welcome back to my channel. Tonight I will be talking about the Virgo full moon. So if you're new to my channel, welcome. And if you're coming back, hello. Every full moon, every new moon, I talk about the energies, okay? I think full moons and new moon cycles are very important to keep up on. So I do this every month, you guys. Welcome to my Virgo full moon. We're going to talk a little bit about Virgo energy. I do that every full moon too. I focus a little bit on the zodiac sign energy. And at the end of the video, I will be pulling cards for all the 12 zodiac signs. So if you would like to skip the astrology talk and go right to your sign that you're looking for, all the timestamps will be below, okay guys? But I enjoy breaking down the energies. So for those of you who are interested in that, please stay tuned. I take notes for every full moon as well. So, I guess some of you guys may not know that full moons happen once a month, and the reason why there's a Virgo full moon is because the sun entered Pisces yesterday. So happy Pisces season to you guys. Happy birthday to the Pisces who are born in February. So yeah, we do have Pisces season. The full moons are sun moon oppositions. Okay, that's what creates a full moon, when the sun and the moon are directly opposing. Now, what's interesting is the last few full moons. I think the last four full moon. This might be the fourth or the fifth full moon that we've had that is actually at 0 degrees. So 0 degrees is actually a really interesting point in astrology. We have these 29 degrees, okay? So the full moon has actually already occurred. It occurred around 11 a.m. in Michigan. It's going to happen at different times, but I'm recording this a bit late. I like to record a bit later at night, honestly. So I'm recording this around 8 at night on February 19th. So if you're watching this on February 19th, how is the energy? Comment down below how you're feeling, or how you're feeling whenever you're watching this, because the energy is a bit strange. I am considering the fact that I'm a Pisces, so this energy is opposite of me. I'm a Pisces, and Pisces and Virgo are opposites. So we do talk about the opposition a little bit of these signs, but I do want to focus on Virgo as well. But this energy is very interesting. Pisces and Virgo, very interesting opposition. Every zodiac sign has an opposite. So we did have a very quick and early full moon. It was at 0 degree Virgo. Because the sun was at 0 degree Pisces. So we have that 0 degree opposition there, which makes this pretty critical, that word being kind of a key phrase with this energy as well. So it's really interesting energy, you guys. Let's just talk a little bit about Virgo energy. Okay, in this full moon. So full moons, what does a full moon mean? It means completions. You know, when the moon is filled with light, it means new beginnings and completions, all right? So we've got and it's a super moon too. So I wasn't able to see the moon last night, but I am going to go out tonight and do my annual spiritual burning. So hopefully it's clear skies enough for me to see this beautiful big full moon in Virgo. You know, for the last couple of months, I have been coming up with this analogy. I'm seeing the moon as kind of like an eye in the sky. So when we have a new moon, which we will have a new moon in a couple of weeks in Pisces, in March 6th, I believe, that's when the moon will have its eyes completely shut. There will be no moon. Okay, we won't be able to see the moon in the sky. But right now, guys, for the full moon in Virgo, the full moon's eyes are wide open. So this is symbolic for subconscious awareness, you know, things coming to the surface. Really what it is there's these big bright lights in the sky. The sun being one of those lights, the masculine, and then the moon being the feminine, okay? But they're both very bright, and the moon reflects the light of the sun, right? So we've got the sun in Pisces and the moon in Virgo. There's these two lights. It's really, really interesting, you guys, because this moon is actually opposing Mercury and Neptune. Thank goodness Chiron moved into Aries yesterday. So this moon is not a Chiron opposition. And I feel like our wounds have kind of moved on. Our pain has moved on to a different area. It's affecting us in a completely different way. This would have been different. This would have been a different full moon if Chiron was still in Pisces. Even though it wouldn't have been a direct opposition. None of these are direct oppositions, because I believe Mercury and Neptune are around 15-16 degrees, and the moon is at 0 degree Virgo. So it's not a direct opposition. We're not really feeling this too intensely, but we want to consider what is opposite of this full moon, okay? And especially because Virgo is ruled by Mercury. You know, what I've been thinking is that the moon and Mercury want to switch positions right now, because the moon is more of that emotional, hidden, fantasy, dreamy like energy like Pisces, right? And that's opposite in Virgo. And then the Mercury is definitely not too comfortable or happy even in the sign of Pisces, because Mercury is the ruling planet for Virgo. Analyzation, logic, communication. So we've got you know, I think the moon and Mercury are kind of looking over at each other like, aren't you supposed to be here and I'm over there? Like, but the good thing is, guys, is when planets do this, this happens sometimes in astrology. And I think it's really symbolic, you know, kind of like in our lives when we go somewhere that's unfamiliar, or when we go somewhere that's a bit uncomfortable, you know, we kind of learn the most from those situations. So right now, Mercury is really learning from a very foreign energy, and the moon is really learning in a very foreign territory too. Shout out to the Virgo moons watching. You guys are the physical embodiment of these energies. So we know that the full moon is bringing endings to cycles, right? Especially because it's a Virgo full moon. So Virgo is the last zodiac sign when it comes to the sixth house. When we move to Libra, we're headed into the second half of the wheel. So it's very symbolic, you guys. This energy isn't quite like any other of the full moons. So yeah, we're going to talk a little bit about Virgo here. Okay, Virgo is mutable earth. All right, you want to look at the element of all the full moons too, because, you know, the full moon is going to be a mixture of all these different qualities, okay? So mutable earth, okay? Every time we have a full moon in a mutable sign, Gemini, Virgo, Pisces, or Sagittarius, it brings a magical element, especially when it comes to change. That is the main word to focus on when we're talking and dealing with mutable signs, okay? So lots of change. Very powerful full moon for change, okay? And also adaptability. Virgos are extremely adaptable to their surroundings, to the ground beneath their feet. So I actually channeled a little bit about that last night. You know, the very ground beneath our feet, kind of like an earthquake a little bit. Very, very shaky ground, but Virgo knows how to ground in that energy. So this is going to help us adapt to the changeable ground, basically. And then when we look at the zodiac houses, Virgo occupies the 6th house, which as a Pisces, I'm a little bit biased, but the 6th house is, you know, I take the 6th house pretty seriously. The first thing that comes to my mind when I think of the 6th house is health, which is, you know, we all have our fears or our concerns with different health aspects. So Virgo does rule health, okay? And this is going to be affecting us all in a different way, you guys. But you know, it's not just health. Virgo is also extremely focused on service, okay? Virgo and Pisces, good luck figuring out which one of those signs give more, nurture more. Virgo is of physical service to practically everyone and everything. So this is bringing attention to the services that we offer others. But another thing that came up extremely so when I was channeling things that I wanted to talk to you guys about is self-service, okay? Virgo symbolizes that as well, because I'm not sure if you guys know any Virgos or if there's any Virgos watching, but just like Pisces, Virgo can kind of forget to be that giving to themselves, okay? So we don't want to forget ourselves when it comes to these services. And another big thing here is lifestyle. Everyone has a lifestyle. Everyone has something that they have a day-to-day thing. Virgo rules the day-to-day activities of your life. So this is bringing completions to all these things, you guys. I feel like when we go through 6th house transits, our whole life can change. So a lot of people have been saying, you know, say goodbye to life as we know it. Hello, Tyson. And another thing that is coming up here is ritualistic reality. Like Virgo, low-key, and I don't think a lot of people know this, but Virgo rules reality. You know, that's why Pisces rules the dream realm. Pisces rules the illusions and fantasy, because Virgo is our strong opposite. So Virgo does not have rose-colored glasses on. Like Virgo sees things in a very harsh, like the harsh truth. You know, don't butter it up for me. Let's not paint this up like... They're very realistic when it comes to their approach and their perception of things, okay? So this is about our reality. You know, I know the sun, and there's the sun and Mercury and Neptune are in Pisces, and that's that dreamy, imaginative energy. We do have both to consider here when we consider Virgo Pisces energy. They shadow each other. So illusions and reality, you know, fantasy and what is real. I love this kind of energy because it kind of gets a little hard to determine with these energies what exactly is real and what is fantasy, and how can reality be a fantasy? You know, how could fantasy be real? That's Virgo Pisces. If you've ever hung out with a Virgo and a Pisces at the same time, you know, these energies kind of come up because neither of them are wrong. So it's kind of weird. It gets you thinking a little bit, it gets you analyzing. We do have this wheat bearer energy. A lot of people don't talk about Virgo as the wheat bearer. Aquarius gets a good rep for the water bearer, but Virgos are the wheat bearers. So I feel like there's something about this full moon where there's an energy of, you know, something coming that bears something that we need. When I think of wheat, it's like kind of fertile, you know, fruits and stuff like that come to mind. So I feel like this full moon is a wheat bearer, and it is coming bearing very realistic things that we need. You know, not necessarily leisure or luxury items, but things that we really, really need. And we all need something at this time, right? Something physical and tangible. That's Virgo, service, okay? That virgin energy, and also we can't forget that Virgos are very much the angels. That's kind of what's on my shirt here, is that well, the virgin, the maiden is actually what it is. So another thing that I wanted to really say here, guys, before I get into the messages, is that this is absolutely the ending to a very critical emotional cycle. And I don't mean critical as in important. I mean, I just hope moving forward that this full moon can kind of close out an old chapter of emotions that we've been criticizing. We have to be very careful with these energies to over criticize. Virgos are their own worst enemy. You know, they're very sensitive people. And with this energy, we can criticize ourselves for just the slightest mistake. You know, even when I was getting ready for my video, doing my makeup and stuff like that, you know, it's just, everything's just such a tedious activity when there's strong Virgo energy in the universe, because Virgo pays so much attention to detail, and it's, you know, Virgos rule that realm. So I don't know if this is going to apply to the Virgos watching or people with heavy Virgo placements, but for the rest of us, those of us who aren't as logical or aren't as analytical, like, you know, over focusing on detail is not necessarily our area of expertise. You know, Virgos have kind of perfected that. So this energy, you know, it may come down harder on some of us, those of us who aren't used to paying that close to like logical detail, physical detail. Now the Virgos, you know, this is going to bring, you know, that moon energy. Neither one of us are comfortable. You know, neither Virgo or Pisces are really comfortable right now, because we're dealing with very foreign energies, and it's a bit of a struggle, but it's kind of like we're a team at the same time. So it's just kind of an interesting energy, guys, to consider. Just be very careful when it comes to over perfecting something if you're not a Virgo yourself, you know. And even you, Virgo, for those of you watching and listening, be very careful with this energy, because when you're dealing with a full moon, it's more of you know, a subconscious energy. And to add analytics, when you analyze the subconscious like that, some of the details that come up might not be as stable or as realistic as something tangible, if that makes sense, guys. You know, it's kind of interesting. But I do want to get started with the messages here. Hopefully that energy was a bit helpful. You know, it's up to us to analyze it, honestly, for our own personal gain. And like I said, I am a Pisces. My Virgo energy is my 8th house, and I have Chiron there. So this energy is just really healing for me, and of course it's an opposition. So it has its effects on me. You know, I feel Aries may feel this a little bit next month with the full moon in Libra. So I guess we'll just see, guys. That's what I have for you as far as, you know, these Virgo energies. And I'm going to move into the messages now. So as far as these messages, anything that needs to come up can come up. But I am thinking that this has something to do with a ritual. Because one of the things that I channeled is finding something from this, moving forward with this for Virgo full moon energy. This energy is so good for rituals, you know, habitual things that you're going to do over and over again, because Virgo perfects, they have kind of like a schedule, you know, it's your lifestyle, it's a routine. So I'm going to talk a lot about routine with these messages, and also something that can be incorporated with a ritual. It would be very wise for all of us to kind of pick up some kind of habits, okay? Whether it's, I don't know what it's going to be for me yet, but I do want to determine something that I'm going to do every day for at least the next 6 months until we have a Virgo new moon in September. So that's another thing there, you guys. So yeah, we'll see what comes up as far as this Virgo full moon. I feel like this is going to be very detailed for some of us, okay? So let's get into this. We are going to start with Aries, because Aries is the first zodiac sign. So Aries, this full moon is happening in your 6th house. This is the house of your lifestyle, your services, your job, your day-to-day life, and your health. Okay, so let's see what comes up for you guys, and we'll see like what we can consider into your lifestyle as far as a routine. Okay, so how can you be a little bit more routine with your lifestyle, Aries? When you get up, you brush your teeth, you take a shower, you exercise. How can we have a better routine? Okay, and anything else that needs to come up. We do have the Hermit card here, guys. I forgot to mention that, and the Strength card. So we've got automatically some Leo, Virgo energies here. Some of us might, I just wanted to say this, it's a little off key, but some of us might just be feeling isolated, you know, the Hermit. Like I said, my 8th house is Virgo, so yeah, I'm always a hermit. But yeah, I just wanted to say some of us could be feeling a bit, you know, introverted right now. But yeah, let's start with Aries. See what's going on with Aries. What is the full moon in Virgo message for Aries? Full moon in Virgo message for Aries. Okay, I did just see the 10 of Swords. So some of you guys are dealing with, you know, very painful endings. Endings to cycles, stuff like that, Aries. It could be very mental. You could be dealing with deception, betrayal, but that 10 of Swords went back in. So that was just for some of you, but we do have a card coming out clear as day. And we have the 8 of Cups. So some of you guys are walking away from a painful situation. Since I seen the 10 of Swords, there's something that came to a painful ending. You know, I'm feeling lots of different things. Of course, relationships for some of you guys, but also just other painful situations too. Yeah, this is what you're walking away from. People, places, and things that contribute to any kind of sword feeling in your back, like backstabbing, pain, deception, betrayal, just sadness, sorrow, the complete ending, like bottom of the, what is that, rock bottom. Yeah, the 8 of Cups is about walking away from that emotionally, okay? And now look at this big bright full moon on this picture, Aries. So this full moon is definitely compelling you to walk away. You know, so just incorporating a little bit there with the lifestyle and the rituals and stuff like that. You could make it a ritual to walk away from things, Aries. From this point moving on, literally moving on, make it a habit to walk away from things that are no good for you, that are painful, okay? Pisces, Cancer, Scorpio energy coming up here. But yeah, we do have something that you were very emotionally invested in, okay? And this is about walking away from even materialistic things. Anything that you were emotionally invested in, a person, place, or thing, just some kind of situation that these cups represent. This person here has decided to leave all that behind. He or she is looking up at the full moon and allowing their path to be illuminated, because there's a soul journey that someone wants to go on. Okay, the moon is very soul related. So yeah, it's about following your soul right now. Maybe this has something to do with your health, with your lifestyle. Maybe it has to do with a job. But you know, yeah, I think the message here is making it a habit to walk away from things that are emotionally draining you, using you. Okay. The bottom of the deck is also a cup card. We have the 4 of Cups. So because of this energy, because someone, this might not be you, Aries, this could be someone else who walked away, but there's this walking away energy coming up for this full moon. Lots of emotion with this full moon too, and because of that, you're a bit emotionally unsatisfied, because the bottom of the deck is the 4 of Cups. So there's either an offer here that is like missed on accident or on purpose. You know, it depends on the Aries, but there's someone here who's very much focused on the 3 cups. Could be the same 3 cups that are on top here. But what I think this is someone who walked away, who, because they were emotionally unsatisfied, or someone walked away and now someone is unsure about the next offer to accept. But lots of emotion here. Be careful, Aries. Just know that there are offers that you're getting and giving. I'm not sure if you're receiving here or giving, but with the 4 of Cups, someone's unsure. They're too unsatisfied. They're very bored, but they're very much contemplating. So yeah, that's a good energy to come up for the Virgo full moon, is emotional contemplation. A lot of us are going to be really analyzing these emotions. Like, is this really how I felt for the last 8 months? Is this really how I felt for the last 8 days? You know what I mean? I'm just going with the 8 of Cups here, and then the 4. And then I did want to show you guys the Sun card. Alright, maybe some of you guys are dealing with secrets that came out with a Libra. We do have the Justice card. You guys could just be receiving justice as well, spiritually. But we have the Sun card, okay? So some of you guys are just focused on your own happiness. Maybe be dealing with a Leo as well. But yeah, just be very careful not to miss an opportunity at happiness just because of whatever happened in this card, Aries, okay? Heavy full moon energy for you guys. Make it a habit to walk away. So hopefully that helped, Aries. Let's move to Taurus. Taurus, this is I want to say that this is a lighter energy for you. It is. Because, oh, I almost kept shuffling. It's in your 5th house, and every month I get to talk to a different zodiac sign about the 5th house energy. So next month I'll be talking to Gemini about 5th house energy. Last month I talked to, I think it was Aries. Yeah, I think I talked to Aries about it last month. We all go through different 5th house energy though, and I love talking about it because it's a lighter house. It's that Leo energy. It brings out the inner child. It's the 5th house of creativity and expression, romance, children, soulmates, stuff like that. So very, very beautiful energy. I love talking about those kind of energies, Taurus. And Virgo is an earth sign, so this is a very sister-like energy to you. It's very grounded. Now you're used to stabilizing and balancing the ground. Virgo is going to change this for you. Okay, because we're dealing with mutable and fixed earth, which is you, and mutable earth, which is Virgo. So although things are changing a bit with your foundation, Taurus, you're going to be able to stabilize this and balance it because you're fixed. And we do have the Ace of Wands coming up for you. So Taurus, this is absolutely a new spark, okay? When you get this energy with the 5th house, this is about something that this moon is going to spark for you if it hasn't already. This is a fire energy, so it's either a fire in you, or you could be dealing with Aries, Leo, Sagittarius. Those are the fire signs. But, you know, with the Ace of Wands, it's a new beginning, okay? It's a new spark of passion. And you're going through this house of, like, expression. That's fire. You're going through this house of creativity. That's fire. So if you guys have any new ideas with this full moon, you really want to execute them, okay? Analyze them. The message here for you, Taurus, is to make it a habit to start new creative things, you know? How can you incorporate pleasure and romance into your day-to-day life activities, right? Make it a habit, make it a ritual of creativity, you know? Make sure, I feel like the message here is to do something that makes you happy, do something that's creative, that causes you pleasure once every day, you know what I mean? Like how beautiful would that be? Because the bottom of the deck is the Star card. So some of you guys are dealing with Aquarius energy, or maybe you have significant Aquarius energy. Others of you, this is very inspiring. Okay, this is like a new spark of hope, Taurus. This is a beautiful message for you guys. This Virgo full moon, it's gonna complete something and therefore start something for you. And you guys might just get your inspiration sparked. You know, you guys might just get these ideas or something that inspires you. This is a very inspiring message, especially because the next card would be the Page of Wands. So you're very much starting new beginnings of passion right here. Some of you are dealing with Leo, other Aries and Sagittarius is too. This is like younger fire sign energy. Might just be you feeling youthful, Taurus. You kind of making yourself more attractive and stuff like that. But goodness gracious, this is either a new spark that happened in Aquarius season, okay, because Aquarius just ended. Could be a new spark within Aquarius, whether it's a friend or romance, okay? Some of you may have Aquarius children or something like that. Children with an Aquarius, I'm not sure, but this is a new spark, okay, of passion, creativity. I love that, Taurus. Make it a habit to inspire yourself, right? Make it a habit. Make creativity a habit. Make romance a habit, because the Ace of Wands sometimes is a spark between two people. It's some kind of spark, Taurus, and I think this is great news for you guys. And I think that this is going to be extremely inspiring. There's something that's going to restore faith in you and hope, okay? So beautiful, Taurus. You guys are absolutely starting a new passionate journey, and make that a habit. Why not? So hopefully that helped, Taurus. Let's move on to Gemini energy. Hey, Gemini. What's up, mutable? You are mutable just like Virgo and Pisces. So the next month, that mutable energy is coming in. But that also means that you're going through a square, okay? So I'm not sure how you guys are being affected by this full moon. It is 0 degrees, so it's not too harsh of a square, you know, but Pisces squares you as well. So conflict, having to compromise, things like that coming up. But nonetheless, you will be used to this dual mutable energy that you feel with Pisces season. And then the 4th house. So this is about your home, Gemini. The 4th house is about your home. The 4th house is about your family. So this is kind of a message about, you know, your day-to-day life and, you know, your day-to-day routine in your home. When you have a full moon in your 4th house, this could really change. It's about where you're living your lifestyle at, because our home life is incorporated into our, you know, lifestyle, where we're, our surroundings, our foundation. So you're going to need a foundation for this new lifestyle, Gemini, and you may not live another, you might you guys might not live in a place ever again. You know, this full moon, it might change where you live forever. Interestingly enough, we have the Death card in reverse. All right, something is not dead here, Gemini. This is about transformation, obviously, rebirth and renewal, sudden endings and beginnings. So this full moon may not be quite the ending or the beginning that you were anticipating. Okay, there's something here about an unhappy Scorpio maybe, or just some kind of Scorpio energy here that is, it fell on the ground in reverse. Right side up, this would be all those things. You know, it would be a transformation. It would be death. I mean, you do have the Death card here, and you do have the fourth house energy. So maybe some of you guys aren't feeling very lively. I did get an energy about that some of you guys aren't feeling very alive. You guys aren't feeling very renewed, you know what I mean? Something like that. Especially those of you who have Scorpio energy. Okay, there's something here about the Death card in reverse. I actually want to look up with the Death card in reverse, like the traditional meaning. I'm more of an intuitive reader, so this to me is just saying that something is not dead. So it could also be, you know, this energy reminding you, Gemini, that there's something that is still alive, like you're still alive. Okay, there's something here that's still alive. And it has something to do with a new beginning, because the bottom of your deck here is a new beginning financially, okay? Two new beginnings. You might have to take a risk or something like that, but it looks like there's going to be some kind of message with it that this full moon brings in. For some of you, I do feel like it's about working on a happier home environment, you know, feeling emotionally fulfilled and complete in your home environment, because some of you are absolutely dealing with work anxiety, financial anxiety, you know, trying to balance out the finances, you know, the bills, stuff like that. So this looks like an offer for a new beginning. Okay, some of you, it's definitely going to be the money that comes in, some kind of opportunity that takes you elsewhere. Okay, but it might involve a risk. There might be two different new beginnings, since we have one card facing this way, one card facing that way. But you know, this has something to do with something not quite being dead. This is like a resurrection energy. You know, to be honest, it's not the Judgment card, but death in reverse is life. You know what I mean? So something is going to be restored. You know, there's going to be some kind of essence of life that returns, especially those of you who have been secretly feeling kind of dead, Gemini. You know, this Page of Pentacles, Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn energy, or some kind of newfound value. It's really gonna offer, it's an opportunity coming in here. I feel like this is a call or a message, some kind of financial gain that is gonna start such a beautiful new beginning in a home environment for some of you. It's like a new job. Okay, so Gemini, the message here is, what can you do about your routine? Okay, and incorporate this with your family. Okay, there could have been some kind of death in the family for some of you guys, even though the Death card doesn't necessarily mean that. If you guys have any Scorpio family members, check on them, okay, because they're not doing so well right now. Now Pisces season is going to help the Scorpio, but for those of you, I really do just felt that tremendously. Like if you guys have any Scorpio family members, they're coming up in the reverse. All right, if you guys have any family members that are dealing with people who are ill or like death scares or anything like that, you know, just check on them, you know what I mean? And you know, check in with yourself if this is applying to you. But what can you do about your schedule, Gemini, or your routine? What is it about? Now, this is lifestyle, right? Virgo is your fourth house, and it is lifestyle at home, your lifestyle at home, and you're receiving the death in reverse. So there's something here that needs more life. Okay, there's something here that's not quite dead yet, if that makes sense. It's not quite ready to be transformed, but nonetheless, we do have the Page of Pentacles coming in. Okay, some kind of message for a new beginning. This is what this full moon is bringing for you, Gemini. And I feel like this is something about new finances that is going to basically secure the bag for a new living situation, whether you're moving legitly or whether you're just making changes to your home. Okay, like I said at the beginning, when you go through fourth house stuff, you know, not only is it like extremely emotional, but it's all about your foundation. So there is something here about, you know, transforming your foundation into something a bit more lively, so that you can, after that, you know, we can develop a new routine. So this is definitely about some kind of ritual that has to do with, you know, breathing more life into something. Very interesting message here, Gemini, the death in reverse. I suggest all of you look online, look up Death card in reverse, and see if there's a more accurate depiction, okay? Because this energy is throwing me a little bit for a loop, but that's what I have for you intuitively, Gemini. Something's not dead. And also check on your own Scorpio energy and also others, okay? So hopefully that helped, guys. Fourth house energy, compromises, definitely compromises in the home environment and family. So now we're going to move on to Cancer. Cancer, you are going through third house energy with this full moon. Virgo is 3 houses away from you, okay? And you are ruled by the moon, Cancer. So every full moon, every new moon, every moon shift actually has a effect on your emotions, okay? So very, very interesting, Cancer. Extremely, extremely interesting. So this is about the habits that you've formed with communication, okay? I was thinking about this last night when I was going over my head about what I was going to say to all the signs. Virgo third house, this is about how communication fits into your day-to-day routine. Is there a habit that has been formed? You know, have you communicated in a certain way? Some of you, your habit is not communicating. So that's a good example of if there's some Cancers out there who are just used to not expressing their feelings, not communicating what they truly feel. You might want to check in with that habit. You might want to form a new habit, form a new ritual when it comes to how you speak, how you communicate. You know what I mean? This is also short distance travel, lower mind. Cancer, you do have the Hermit. Okay, you are receiving the Hermit card for the Virgo full moon. So there is definitely a Virgo energy to consider here because you guys have the card for Virgo, actually. So if you guys are dealing with any Virgos, if there's any Virgos around you, this full moon is extremely relevant when it comes to them for you. Now, I also, when Cancer gets the Hermit card, I'm always led to the actual hermit crab because you guys are hermits yourself, right? You carry around this shell, you carry around this home for yourself that you can kind of retreat into emotionally, physically, mentally, okay? So this is definitely about communicating. Some of you guys have been hermited. Some of you guys have, you know, not been exactly extroverted, like you've been very introverted. This is solitude, isolation, contemplation, wisdom. So either there's someone who's Virgo-like around you, or these qualities of Virgo are here to help you. You know, if you're communicating with any Virgo, sun, moon, or risings around the full moon, it's extremely relevant to the path. Okay, if there's any communication with a Virgo, if you guys have like any planets in Virgo or anything like that too, this is coming up. Okay, so there's something that isn't being said, I feel, because you guys are in your shell. So how can you guys, you know, how does communication fit in here when it comes to your ritual? Now, this is something I really wanted to say to you, Cancer. This is a beautiful opportunity for you guys to make it a ritual when it comes to something you say. So if I was a Cancer going through third house ritual energy, after the full moon in Virgo, moving on basically from February 20th on, I would wake up and every day, at least once a day, I would say something to myself. Like, you are love, you are love, you are light, you are happy, you are healthy. Whatever it is that you need to say to yourself, make it a habit to say something. Whether you want to say this to someone else or you want to say it silently to yourself, that's my advice for you, Cancer, is to definitely make it a habit to say something. Make it a habit to communicate something. Every time emotions come up with this full moon, maybe it's telling Cancer to start a new ritual. Like, okay, my emotions come up. I'm not going to do what I usually do. I'm actually going to communicate. Because this is definitely about communication rituals. You know, how even our words are rituals, Cancer. You tell yourself you're sad, you're sad. You tell yourself that, you know, you're nothing and that you're never going to be happy. Well, you're nothing and you're never going to be happy, but that is not how the North Node should be talking to themselves right now, right? You should be staying inspired. Now, it may help you to be a little bit more isolated right now with this full moon. You know, lots of changes. Pisces season is here, which is water. So you guys might come out a little bit throughout the end of February, going into March. You might feel a bit more comfortable. That's your call, okay? But some of you guys are staying in order to regain strength about something, because we do have the Strength card. Some of you are dealing with either Leo, Virgo. The Leo-Virgo cusp is coming up here, the cusp of oscillation. Actually, is that the cusp? No, Leo-Virgo, that's the cusp of exposure, I feel. But there is a cusp, okay? Leo going into Virgo, that 5th, 6th house energy. Some of you guys might just be contemplating on what to say to a Leo, or, you know, kind of contemplating on your strength. You may be getting strength from solitude and being kind of alone right now. Some of you feel very lonely with this full moon. But your strength is coming up here, okay? Having the courage to be alone is what I just heard. Having the courage to be alone and celebrate your own self. Celebrate, you know, new love as well, Cancer. Because this is what you ultimately want to bring in. You guys want to celebrate new love. Some of you guys, there might be a lover and a friend coming up here. When I get the 3 of Cups and the Ace of Cups, it's like a friend that has deeper feelings for you. Or a new love that you're trying to just be friends with, but at the same time you guys hang out a lot, and there's definitely, you know, maybe your friends will heal you, but for some of you guys, there is definitely a lover and a friend energy there, okay? Leo, Virgo energy. It's interesting, Cancer. This is how my cards looked at the beginning of all of this, okay? That's how, when I shuffled the cards to start everyone's readings, this is what was here. So there is something here about staying strong on your own, reflecting on your own strength, but we have the Hermit card. So again, you know, how can you incorporate what you say, what you think in your lower mind? Make it a habit of thinking something, okay? Make it a habit of thinking something and saying something, Cancer. Think something every day, and I really suggest that it's positive. Make sure that moving on from this full moon, that you say something to yourself every day, and by the time we reach the Virgo new moon in 6 months, what you said every day will become manifested, okay? And that should be what you're reflecting on. Cancers are doing a lot of reflecting right now, okay? Either with a Leo or just on their own strength, okay? Sometimes people are stronger on their own, okay? And I just pulled the Chariot. I don't know what made me do that, but yeah, this is about moving forward on your own, Cancer, okay? Because yeah, you know, there are some people that have walked away, or that you've walked away, or someone walked away to move forward or something like that. But you know, it's pretty interesting that I have the Chariot and the Hermit. So being alone is an obstacle for Cancer right now, and no one really knows that, but you're the North Node. And I think destiny kind of wants you guys to spend time in your isolation and in your solitude in order to become stronger, if that makes sense, okay? So hopefully that helped, Cancer. Make it a habit to say something and to think something every damn day. So now we're going to move on to Leo energy. Leo, you had your full moon last month, and that was your first house. So now this is your second house, okay? It has everything to do with finances, resources, possessions, what it is that you own and what you value, okay? And so we have to incorporate your lifestyle. Okay, how do finances and possessions, you know, how does that incorporate with your lifestyle, Leo? What is it that you can make into a ritual for yourself? Okay, because this is a very ritual energy. So this is a second house ritual for you. The card we have coming out for you, Leo, is the Four of Wands. So we've got a marriage energy here. We have a celebration coming up here. This is some kind of commitment or home environment. Okay, somebody's celebrating something here. I'm definitely reading for most of you Leos who are married. Now, some of you are dealing with Taurus, because we do have the Taurus energy here. If you're not dealing with a Taurus, this is actually another marriage card. These are two cards that talk about marriage and commitment. Some of you guys are, you know, counselors or something like that, because the Hierophant is also a spiritual counselor. Okay, we've got a church energy here, something like that. I do see some kind of church, some kind of counselor. But also definitely commitment and marriage coming up here. But the underlying energy of your deck kind of concerns me, Leo, because we have the Eight of Swords. So although there's this marriage, this commitment, this counselor, this mentor, okay, this might be some kind of teacher, some kind of student energy. We have somebody here who's feeling trapped in their mind, okay? So that was all beautiful until I incorporated what it really meant. Some of you feel literally trapped in a marriage, or some of you guys are feeling trapped in a home environment, because we have these castles here, right? This looks like the same castle to me, the castle that's back there, and you see how there's the red tops. So there's something you don't know your way out of, Leo, okay? And the way out is forward. It's out the front door, to be honest with you, but this is a mental prison. Some of you guys feel very mentally trapped in these commitments, okay, in these marriages, at home. It could just be a home environment for some of you, but I'm happy to say that is transforming, probably because there's going to be some kind of realistic message that comes in. This Page of Pentacles could be dealing with a Gemini with this energy here. But yeah, Leo, this looks like something that needs to transform mentally for you. There's going to need to be some kind of mental transformation here. Now, this is a good message to come up for the second house, okay, because you guys might be receiving some kind of financial gain. There might be a new financial beginning. When we go through full moons in our second house, our jobs could change. The way we make money can change. We may not own something, and then we may own other things, okay, because it's the second house. But again, this is about a ritual, okay? This is about something that you can do for the next 6 months every day. But it's going to be hard to accomplish that when you're very caught up in your mind mentally. There's something you feel like you can't move, you can't see, because you're bounded and you're blinded and binded, okay? So you got to break free from this mental prison. Allow yourself to feel whatever it is you're feeling, Leo. Ground yourself in those emotions, because that's what's going to ultimately set you free. But, you know, this is because of a sudden ending and a beginning. Could be dealing with a Scorpio. We do have Scorpio and Taurus, opposite energies. Commitment with a Scorpio is coming up here. Okay, but yeah, Leo, you're feeling trapped when it comes to some kind of environment here, some kind of commitment. This is commitment for some of you. This is marriage for others of you. This is a Taurus that you live with for others of you. A Taurus that you live with is coming up. Just people you live with. How committed are they? Okay, are they affecting your habits? Are they affecting, you know, your day-to-day routine? Because this is definitely about committing to something. And, you know, there is a very grounded energy here. I think this is telling you to ground yourself no matter what you're feeling or what you're thinking. Because in this Eight of Swords, that is what's keeping that person from transforming. She's not putting her feet in that water down there. So she's kind of ignoring the way she feels, not letting herself see it. But that would actually be what would set her free. Okay, so strong Taurus energy, Gemini, Libra, Aquarius as well. To Scorpio for sure, another Leo, Aries, and even Sagittarius. But this looks like some kind of celebration. You guys could be turning up with a Taurus, okay? I don't know. It has to do with commitment, though, or some kind of marriage, divorce. It could just be a relationship commitment. Some of you guys are feeling a little bit trapped because this is what you desire. For those of you who are single, you actually desire a strong commitment. There's something here about your home environment, Leo. Something where you feel a little bit trapped inside your mind, but it is transforming because there's going to be some kind of realistic message that is also a new beginning, okay? It's going to involve a risk that may conflict things in your mind and may conflict things with other people, okay? But yeah, Leo, there's something very real and tangible coming in for you that has something to do with this hint, okay? It might be from a Taurus. It might have to do with an environment, okay? But hopefully that helps, Leo. This is about how you can use your money, how you can utilizing your resources around you to enhance your lifestyle and your reality, okay? So hopefully that helped, Leo. Now let's move on to Virgo. Hi, Virgo. Happy full moon. This is your full moon, Virgo. So I'm wondering how you guys are doing today. You know, the moon is a very interesting energy. And we've got Pisces season, right? So this is going to be the sun in your 7th house now. So there's going to be things that you guys are very, very clear about in your relationships. Things that you can see now. But let's go ahead and focus on your 1st house. So this is about your rituals. How you can use yourself for a ritual, Virgo. This is your energy. You know all about these habits. You know all about health and lifestyle. You guys kind of rule this area, okay? So let's go ahead and see what the full moon in Virgo message is for Virgo. What is the message for Virgo, for the Virgo full moon? Now, you guys are probably a bit hidden right now. All right, when you have a full moon in your sign, there's those hidden energies. Okay, very interesting, Virgo. We do have the Tower. Now, not my favorite card, but I actually like this card because it comes in to end things that are built on false foundations. You know, Virgo, you're an earth sign, so you don't want to be walking around on eggshells, right? You don't want to be walking around on the ground beneath your feet that could break or change at any minute. And that's really interesting. All day long with this Virgo full moon, I've been saying that this is the ground changing beneath our feet. And I know that that's true now because Virgo received the Tower card. So if Virgo is receiving this Tower card for the Virgo full moon, this is the energy that you're kind of embodying for us all. So very shock, okay? This full moon may shock you guys. There's something that's unpredictable here, okay? Because something is being randomly struck by lightning. It could be a relationship for some of you because we do have the king and the queen here. You know, they had to jump out of that tower because these things were up in smoke. You know what I mean? They couldn't stay there anymore. Keep in mind, Virgo, that the universe is going to come in with this full moon and end certain things for you, right? Because of false foundations. And because you're a mutable earth sign, you're going to be able to ground yourself as soon as you hit the ground. Okay, you're like a cat, kind of. You know, you're going to fall on your feet is what I'm seeing here. Sudden endings and beginning, okay, you're absolutely not going to see this coming. Now, not all shock is bad shock. I also want to remind you of that, Virgo. But this full moon is going to be a bit of a surprise and a shock for you. Okay, you guys might be feeling a bit concerned. I know a lot of Virgos who have headaches right now, okay? And that's exactly what this full moon is doing. Like, that's the full moon vibration. Okay, you're picking up on those frequencies. I mean, look at the card you guys got. Okay, your energy could be feeling a bit muddled, or, you know, just a little bit all over the place. But Virgo, the bottom of your deck here is the Ace of Wands. So the underlying energy of why the Tower is here is because there needs to be a new spark. You know, there's something that you guys are involved in, a person, place, or thing, a home environment, a job situation. You know, you guys are excellent at rebuilding, fixing, right? And the problem with that is, Virgo, is that you guys can stay in situations like this because you have perfected the art of analyzation. So you can just analyze this Tower. You know, you can analyze the exact, you guys might try to analyze the exact moment this is going to happen. You know, leave it to Virgo to try to predict lightning. You know what I mean? Okay, and speaking of lightning, some of you guys absolutely might be dealing with an Aquarius. Okay, this might be Mars energy as well, moving into Taurus. But the main message here, Virgo, is that something needs to fall apart so that something new can come in and begin. Because Taurus did get this message here. This is the exact message that Taurus got, except for Virgo's a bit confused, especially over Aries, Sagittarius, Leo decisions. Okay, some of you guys are dealing with Gemini as well, or other air signs. So we do have some kind of new spark of inspiration. And there is something unique about the Star and the Tower, because these cards actually go hand in hand in the tarot deck. So I believe it's the Tower that comes first, and then the Star, even though you had the Ace of Wands. But yeah, there's something here about renewed faith. Something here, something will fall apart, something, Virgo. It'll shock you. You know, sometimes when new things come in, it destroys our foundation. We have to rebuild somewhere else, okay? But the good thing is that this is going to inspire you, okay? It's going to bring you some kind of idea, okay? This is a good message. You always want to see what's around the Tower to see really what's going on for the person. So I'm happy that there's some positive energy here. I know you're a bit confused. There's a lot of options here, okay? There's a lot of options, and you know what this is? This is that opposite Pisces energy, that fantasy energy, that moon energy that's really bringing in a lot of different feelings. And I can see with the clouds there that, you know, your judgment is a bit clouded with this energy, but that's okay, because there's something here that's actually coming to your aid to assist you. Because whatever falls apart for this full moon, Virgo, I don't care if it's, you know, your job, I don't care what it is. It may seem horrible at first, but I guarantee you something new is going to spark from it. But it's like a give and a trade that's happening. I hear the universe saying very strongly that this absolutely has to end. Virgo, if you want to know what this is, because I feel for you. I would want to kind of predict this too. If you want to know what this is going to be, it has something to do directly with you. It has something to do, you just have to ask yourself, where has the ground been shaky? Has it been shaky at work? Has it been shaky in your relationships? Has it been shaky in your home environment? Because, you know, there's always the thunder with the Tower card, and then the lightning. So, you know, identify the thunder, you know what I mean, in your life, because that's where lightning is going to strike, basically, okay? So that's the best thing I can really tell you throughout this confusion. You will have options, okay? Whatever falls apart with you, you will have other options, and you will have this new spark. Maybe Aquarius energy might come in here, but I feel like that's just inspiration and hope, even though something has fallen down. So again, this is about rituals, Virgo. So for you, it's kind of a little bit of an opposite message, okay? How can you make it a habit to let things fall? Such a weird message for me to give you. How can you make it a habit to never build on a false foundation again, right? Virgo, you understand foundations. You're an earth sign. And even though you're a mutable earth sign, that doesn't mean you enjoy walking around on, you don't enjoy change. You know, that's a misunderstanding. Everyone thinks that the mutable signs enjoy change just because we're good at it. And that's another Virgo message, is just because you're good at something doesn't mean that, you know, what's happening to you is fair, right? Because Virgo winds up in situations where they're good at the jobs they do. You know, you guys are such hard workers, but you're also going through this energy. So I hope some people are watching for Virgo so that they can understand the energy. The Tower energy is not a very good energy on top of a full moon. So yeah, you know, this is about, you know, not deserving what's happening to you, kind of, is what I'm feeling here. But my heart just keeps getting tugged to this Ace of Wands to remind you that there is some new spark. This is something that's going to shock you. It might be passion that you feel for a person, okay? Somebody might come in and inspire you, you know, restore hope in you, and it just might involve, it might cause something else. You know, you might have to trade something else in for it, Virgo. But, you know, make it a habit to never build on a false foundation again with a person, place, or thing. You know, test the ground out. Just because you're used to the ground moving, Virgo, doesn't mean that you should just, what is that called? You know, let's build camp here, you know? Like, no, Virgos are very grounded and sensitive people. And to be going through the Tower, you know, that's a lot of changes for you guys. So I'm just going to say an extra prayer for you guys as this video is uploading, and just send you my love. Pisces has your back. We're your opposite sign, okay? So hopefully that helped, Virgo. Happy full moon to you guys. We're going to move to Libra. Libra. So this is a very special full moon for you guys because this is happening in your 12th house. And when we have a 12th house full moon, the subconscious is completely lit up, okay, with awareness. So your dreams, certain things about spirituality are coming up here. And you are getting ready for your full moon next month in Aries season. The next full moon will be in Libra, okay? So that'll be a first house full moon. But first, Libra, we have to undo all the subconscious things. This is an ending to you, okay? This is absolutely the ending to a subconscious journey for you, okay? And so it's time to undo certain things that are like, so this is your spiritual health coming up here, your subconscious health as well. And how can you, this is actually a ritual for you, Libra, because when we mix spirituality, the 12th house, with Virgo, like to have a Virgo 12th house, there's something here about spiritual rituals, or something you can do, doing something spiritual every day for the next 6 months, Libra. Whatever that is to you guys, I'm not sure what that would be to a Libra. Maybe it's mental, something that you can analyze, but that is my advice to you, is something that you can do, especially like if you're trying to do something in your dreams, like in the subconscious state. So this is more of something you can do every day in your sleep, if that makes sense. Something dreamy, something fantasy-like. Maybe make it a habit to fantasize every day about something you want, because you will literally, you know, that will bring something to your reality. You know, you have your Virgo as your 12th house. It's very opposite for you, Libra. So this is about making your dreams a reality. You know, that is your ritual. Now, the card coming out for you, Libra, is the Temperance card. So we do have a Sagittarius coming up here for you. Okay, Archangel Michael, excuse me, Archangel Michael energy. But this is about trying something new, Libra, okay? Very spiritual. It's interesting, we're talking about the whole 12th house, 6th house energy, Virgo being your 12th house of reality. And so for you, Libra, no wonder you're the balance scale, okay? Because reality is your dream, okay? And this is what the feet are here in this picture, okay? The foot in the water is definitely the spiritual emotional realm, but you have that one foot as well on land, okay? So there is a path that can be walked weirdly in between reality and fantasy, dreams and lifestyle. So this is a message about patience and alchemy, you know, trying new things, mixing two things together, maybe even some twin flame messages here for some of you, especially because the bottom of your deck is the Knight of Cups. Okay, some of you guys, there's a love offer from a Sagittarius. There's a love offer from you or to a Sagittarius. Okay, maybe some of you just need to stay patient for love, patient with your feelings, but this is a Pisces and a Sagittarius. Literally, if there's any Pisces, Sagittarius around you, this could also be a Cancer or a Scorpio, or just a love message that you need to stay patient for. But this looks like a twin flame. If it's not a Sagittarius, it looks like this full moon is going to bring in some twin flame dynamics, okay? Those of you who are expressing your emotions, this romance, okay, you're dealing with a twin flame and a soulmate. Just like I've been telling a lot of people, okay? And I'm saying that because we've got twin flame energy here with the Temperance, and then we have this soulmate, okay? So some of you guys are trying to stay patient with a twin flame, but you're also reflecting on this soul connection, okay? We've got an Aries, okay? We've got an Aries. Libra showed up for Aries. Aries is now showing up for Libra. So yeah, there was somebody here, okay? I don't know if there was some cheating or something that went on, but someone walked away, okay? There's some kind of father figure here, or some kind of boss, but there's a hidden agenda, okay, that someone walked away from, or some kind of lying, cheating, okay? And that was so that they could gain more control. And now you are left reflecting on this connection, whether you should get back with this person. Is there a reconciliation? Some of you are dealing with Virgo, Leo, Scorpio, Pisces, Cancer, I don't know. but we do have this as your message here. There's a lot you're reflecting on here. Sag, Pisces, Virgo energy, pretty much all the mutable signs. But there looks like you guys need to stay patient to reconcile with someone. Or you guys need to stay patient for this Two of Cups relationship. That's a beautiful message there, Libra. And I just feel like you guys are, you know, isolating yourself to kind of try to be wise about that. There's something, I mean, this is the Virgo card. So we have Virgo here. This is the Virgo full moon energy telling you to kind of reflect and be wise about, you know, your emotions, connecting with a person emotionally, because there is some kind of a message here that you've either stayed patient for or something like that. I mean, we have these two cups here, twin flame soulmate for sure. There, and look at those red wings on both of those cards. Like, there's definitely some kind of angelic, like, this is a strong emotional bond that you have with someone. I mean, you guys have basically alchemized. This is a magical connection. It has to do with alchemy. This is a scientific, this is chemistry. There's chemistry here. Okay, so very interesting. We do have the Temperance, so maybe this has to do with the Sagittarius or staying patient. Maybe some of you have Sagittarius energy, but we also have this Knight of Cups. So this is about a romantic offer, especially with the Two of Cups behind that. So, you know, this is about getting ready for your 7th house to light up in a month when we have Aries season, and that'll be your full moon, Libra. Very interesting message. I think you guys know what this means for you, but it's about staying patient. Maybe some of you are on your own right now because there was a temporary split, and you're reflecting on, maybe there's a choice, okay? Because this is either a reconciliation, two people coming together, or a choice between two people placing their things, okay? So some of you guys, there's a lot of stuff going on in your relationships, okay? And no wonder you would need patience. Again, you could be dealing with twin flame soulmate, and if you are, don't hesitate to hit me up because you're going to need someone to talk to about that. So hopefully that helped, Libra. There's a lot to balance out here. I do want to say this is definitely about making something subconscious, do something subconscious behind the scenes without anyone knowing, and do it every day for the next 6 months, if that makes sense. So now we're going to move on to Scorpio energy. Hello, Scorpio. How are you guys doing? So Virgo is your 11th house. So this has everything to do with your friends. This has to do with communities and collectiveness, maybe even the internet, you know, stuff like that. Very collective energy for this full moon. Friendships and groups of people. And also, you know, the rituals we have with our friends, you know, how do our friendships, how do our communities fit into our day-to-day reality, you know what I'm saying, service that we're offering our friends as well. So let's see what the Virgo full moon message is for Scorpio. What is the Virgo full moon message for Scorpio? What does Scorpio need to hear about the Virgo full moon in their 11th house? Whoa. Okay. Okay, interesting. Now, I do want to mention, Scorpio, that Gemini received the Death card in reverse. So if you're dealing with a Gemini, you may want to watch their message, okay? Or if there's any kind of Geminian energy to consider. Scorpio, we have the Ten of Cups. It came out very strangely, but it absolutely reversed itself. So some of you guys, this full moon is about really coming to terms with, you know, and it's because it's very collective. When we have 11th house energy, the energy multiplies. It becomes not just a Virgo full moon, but the Virgo full moons, you know, times 11. Everything becomes times 11, basically. And we do have the 10 of Cups in reverse. So some of you guys, this is a relationship, a home environment, maybe a home environment, sorry. Maybe this is just about not being happy or fulfilled emotionally. The 10 of Cups in reverse breaks my heart. You know, this is a person who's either dealing with this in a relationship or there's just some kind of unhappy home. Like, Scorpio, this is definitely a message about you not feeling emotionally complete, fulfilled, satisfied, happy. You know what I'm saying? Like, and because of that, there's something that you're waiting on, right? We have the Three of Wands. Behind that, we have the Two of Wands. So there's definitely a decision that you, because this is literally the 2 and 3 of Wands, okay? So there's a decision that you're waiting to make, okay? There's maybe you're choosing between you know, staying and going. There's something here about where you are being comfortable, but where you're able to go soon that could grow you substantially. Because this looks like a decision to travel. There might be a decision overseas for you, or some kind of traveling decision here. It might involve a Taurus, Libra, or Aries woman, or maybe your mother. You know, there's something here about healing feminine vibration. This is a feminine energy, the mother energy. So this is definitely some kind of mental foundation. Someone here is healing and meditating, okay? I don't know if some of your mothers are healing or something like that, or if someone's pregnant here. But this is about healing. This is a very healing feminine energy. That could be what the moon is bringing up for you. This might be a decision linked to some kind of decision. We do have Aries, Leo, Sagittarius very heavily here too for you guys because of the fire. But I really feel like you guys are at a crossroads, or that you were. And maybe you guys already made a decision, okay, between comfort and growth. This is like a decision between two different things you're passionate about, two different things you created, two different things that, you know, it's definitely about looking towards the future. Both of these men are. Both of these people are, if you're a woman too. So those of you who have recently made a decision over the last couple of months, last 3 months I'm hearing, yeah, this is about you kind of waiting for your ships to come in. And I think some of you guys are getting ready to leave an environment and move far, far away because, you know, you're really just not happy. So this is about making a decision that is really going to impact your world, because he's holding the world, right? Some of you guys made a decision as a mother, okay, and you guys are literally waiting on somebody to come get you, some kind of traveling opportunity. You know, I feel like someone made a decision here because we have those two wands back there, and now you have that third wand, okay? So, you know, you could be dealing with 3 different people, places, or things. Maybe that was what the decision was in regards to. Maybe this had to do with love, because the Empress is also Venus, okay? So you guys might have had a, you know, there might have been some people or places or things, 2 different things you were attracted to, or just some kind of decision in regards to love. And either way, there's a decision that was made, okay, or will be made very soon, and you're going to be waiting on an opportunity that's kind of far away, but you know it's still an opportunity, because this has something to do with an unhappy home environment, an unhappy relationship, a situation with children maybe, or your inner child. Definitely a lack of emotional fulfillment here. I do suggest that you guys research the Ten of Cups in reverse, because I'm just kind of intuitively channeling this, but I'm sure there's a more logical explanation for the Ten of Cups in reverse. This to me just seems like someone who's kind of drained. All these cups are upside down, right? So even if you are coupled or in a relationship with someone, it's becoming draining to you, right? It's draining you emotionally, absolutely. This might be something that you're not deciding to end, because the Ten of Cups is a completion emotionally. It is the ending to, you know, some sort of blessing in disguise or something like that. But with the Ten of Cups in reverse, anytime we have a 10 in the reverse position, we are struggling to end something. And to me, I feel like that you're struggling to end a relationship, a living situation, a job, something, because you're waiting for a better opportunity first, because you are a fixed sign, Scorpio. You don't want to interrupt your stability. So there's even an energy of someone being together for a code, like a place to live, or, you know, you guys are financially intertwined. But Scorpio, when it comes to your emotion, I don't have to remind you of the void, you know, the empty void that's become your emotional. And, you know, you guys are all about intimacy. So there's a lack of intimacy here emotionally. There's a lack of an emotional connection between 2 people or friends or something like that. No wonder you're waiting on something overseas, you know. It is Pisces season. So, you know, you can hang out all year long and pretend, you know, that you're okay. You can just transform this feeling. But there's something about Pisces season for you guys. We are your 5th house. So, you know, romance, children, creativity, Pisces awakens that. Pisces season awakens and reminds you of what makes you happy, and in this case, what doesn't, Scorpio. So my message for you is, you know, what can you change about your day-to-day life that could potentially turn this energy upside down? I know you're waiting on a better lifestyle. You're waiting on, you know, a better reality, because what reality is saying to me here is that you guys are living in a very, like, emotionally absent life for some reason. There's just something here that isn't making you happy anymore. So you're waiting on you're waiting to decide something better for yourself. So when it comes to rituals, Scorpio, in your 11th house, you know, let your friends help you is coming up here. Maybe you guys are changing communities, literally trying to move overseas or travel. There's some travel going on here. Some of you are going to make the decision to travel for love because you're not happy. This full moon is really going to bring that up for you guys, okay? So hopefully that helps, Scorpio. This is very collective for you, okay? So you have the entire collective to help support you in this lifestyle shift when it comes to some kind of ritual that you can do for yourself for the next 6 months. Okay, there's something here about figuring out something that you can do for the next 6 months every day that will get this energy more fulfilled. Something that will end this situation so that you can get to that Ace of Cups, right? You desperately need new love. Scorpio desperately needs to feel a new emotion, a new love. You guys need to establish a new connection with someone emotionally because it doesn't get much worse than the 10 Cups in reverse. So hopefully that helps, Scorpio. Now we're going to move to Sagittarius. Hi, you're a mutable sign too. So you're going to be understanding this Pisces Virgo stuff going on here. You are mutable Sagittarius, so you understand magic and change and adaptability, right? So, 10th house energy, Sagittarius. Virgo is your 10th house. So Virgo is a very serious house for you, okay? You guys could probably be thinking about career around this time, or money, your legacy, the next 10 years, 10 months, stuff like that, the next cycle. You're definitely focused on financial balance for some of you guys. So this is about, you know, what you do every day, as far as what are you doing now, Sagittarius? Is there anything that you can incorporate in your day-to-day routine that you can do every day for the next 6 months that will somehow benefit you in the next 10 years? Do something, excuse me, sorry. Do something every day now that your future self can thank you for, okay? I think that's what I had in mind. Because, you know, when we mix these energies for you, this is getting in the future for you, okay? All right. The card we have coming out for you is the Devil. So we've got a Capricorn showing up here for some of you Sagittariuses, which is not surprising because I know a lot of Sag, Capricorn duos, okay? I know Sag and Capricorn hang out even together on the zodiac wheel. Sag is the 9th house, Capricorn is the 10th house. Speaking of that, if you're connecting with a Capricorn right now during this full moon transit, you know, that is strong 10th house energy. Virgo is your 10th house. Capricorn is the 10th house for everyone, or for the universe, I mean. So Capricorns have mastered that 10th house of legacy, long-term, futuristic ambitions, longevity, your legacy, stuff like that. Others of you, you guys might be chained to a career that's very toxic. Because this card, yeah, it is a twin flame energy. It is a soulmate card. But, you know, the Devil here, it does speak to somebody that's addicted or obsessed, or, you know, there is some kind of addiction here, or obsession, or toxicity. Something that you feel chained to, Sagittarius, and I feel like you don't want to be chained to it in 10 years. Ask yourself if you really want to be with this person, place, or thing for the next 10 years, because that's what comes up when we go through full moons in the 10th house. So basically, the last 10 years with this Virgo full moon have finally closed a cycle, and now you can look to your very futuristic 10 years. Now, the bottom of the deck is the 6 of Pentacles. So this is about the equal give and take, possibly with a Capricorn or with someone you feel chained to, Sagittarius. You know, this is about not giving any more than what you're receiving. So if you're getting, you know, 30% out of someone, you don't want to be giving them 100%. You know, only give what you get. Don't take more than what you're receiving. Don't give more than what you're receiving, because this is about balance. Like, I feel like this is, you know, something that can help this toxic situation out. Because if you think about it, there's 3 people in each of these cards. Well, you know, if you consider that Devil an actual being. So we'll just say there's 3 beings in this card. There's 2 people in the middle who are kind of like slaves or something. You know, they're in a very less fortunate position than the person in the middle. The person in the middle has some sort of control. Okay, that there's someone in the middle, there's some kind of third element here that can balance these other 2 people out, because the other 2 people feel kind of at the bottom. You know, they're kind of going through a hard time, and then we can see that this person is only getting crumbs. So there could be a very toxic situation that's not, like, if you guys are if this is a job, then you're at a job that it just doesn't give you enough. It doesn't pay you enough. You put for the work that you do, you don't get nearly as much money as what you deserve. So, you know, that this might be the ending to a very toxic career. This might be an ending to a very toxic financial situation, whether it's a career, whether it's just, you know, a codependent situation. Now, when we have 10th house energy, we do get awakened to the fact that we are chained to other people financially, okay? And you're going to know that, Sagittarius, if, you know, someone, whether it's you or someone else, always has their hand out, or if you're thinking like, wait a minute, why do I always get crumbs with you? You know, like, I give you my all and you give me your some. You know what I mean? Like, that just ain't gonna work out. So these two people need to wake up and ask themselves if they're in a balanced situation, or is there this third toxic distributor that's actually keeping these two people in a position of begging. Okay, this is a desperate need for balance. Could be dealing with a Libra or a Capricorn. Page of Wands, and then the Knight of Cups. So there is new love. Okay, just like Libra did get this message here. So Sagittarius, you guys are wanting a new journey. There is a love message here. There's an opportunity to reconcile with a Leo for some of you. Others of you just have a very strong emotional bond, or you desire a strong emotional bond. These are two messengers. Could be dealing with a Pisces, could be Scorpio too, or anybody who's, it could be Cancer because it's the water signs. But this looks like a passionate love message, and both of you are headed in the same direction. One of you has feelings, the other one of you is very passionate. So there's something here that needs to get on the move, okay? Especially because your actual message here is, you know, how balance can kind of remove something that's toxic. Like, there is some toxic financial stuff going on here, okay? Some abuse, some manipulation. That's with the Devil card. Okay, there could be an addiction to consider here too, but you are getting the Devil card. And, you know, Sag, you are going through 10th house. So, you know, the devil's in the details kind of energy is coming up here with this Virgo full moon. The devil is absolutely in the details. And in this case, it's the details of where your money's going, where your effort's going, you know, the details of everything you're giving. Because we can give to people emotionally. We can give to people mentally. So this is not just about the money and the resources that you're giving to other people, even though there is a strong highlight on that because of the 10th house. But really, Sagittarius, this is definitely about anything that you're giving, you know, to a person moving forward. Some of you guys have been in toxic relationships before. Because of that, you're extremely careful about what you give and what you allow people to take from you, okay? So this is about what can you do now that can release you from these toxic chains in 10 years? What can you do now that, you know, in regards to your career, okay? Something like that. There's some kind of career here coming up as well with the 10th house. And this is absolutely about your future. Yeah, I just pulled the 10 of Wands and the King of Wands. Some of you are dealing with Leo, Aries, okay? Or you're just really needing to step up to your authority, okay? And tell other people to start handling some of their responsibilities. Because there is this toxic devil energy, whether it's a person, place, or thing, you know, they're just focused on the chains instead of the balance. So Sagittarius, make it a ritual to, you know, choose balance and equal fairness, okay? Equal give and take. This is a toxic attachment. So yeah, this is about thinking about that now, so that the next 10-year cycle can be a lot less toxic for you, okay? So hopefully that helped. Speaking of Capricorn, let's move on to Capricorn. Hi Capricorn, so you are an earth sign, and Virgo is your brother and sister, okay? So, and you know, in astrology, I feel that if Capricorn is the devil, then Virgo is the Virgin Mary, okay? So in a way, there's this maiden here, there's this mother energy. Some of you may have Virgo moms, and that's super ironic, okay? So we've got the earth energy here to help ground you, but it is mutable, okay? So this is going to bring up some changes for you. And for you, Capricorn, you learn the most from Virgo because Virgo is your 9th house. Okay, so there is this student energy, there is this teacher energy, Capricorn. And it's absolutely Virgo-centered, okay? So this is about expansion. This is about philosophy. This is about traveling long distances. But the message that we have coming out for you, Capricorn, is the 7 of Wands. So I know that there's automatically some sort of competition to consider here with this full moon. This full moon may inspire you to kind of step up. Okay, we have Aries, Leo, Sagittarius energy coming up here too. Or sometimes when I see the 7 of Wands, this is about someone who's taking a stand to finally express something, okay? Like, this is like the king of the hill kind of energy, and this is good for you, Capricorn, because you guys are kind of competitive. You guys are definitely the mountain climbers. So there is a mountain that you guys have climbed probably a few months ago when we were in Capricorn season, but you know, now there's this need to kind of avoid emotion with the same energy here with that Leo got, with not grounding yourself in the water. So you're doing your best to let this full moon kind of inspire you, I guess, to be more competitive. And because you've got these people, okay, all of you guys have these people around you, or below you I should say, that want to destroy you. They want to throw you off your throne, you know what I mean? All those people down there's at least 6 people that are around you at work or something like that, Capricorn, and they absolutely, like, they're playing on your downfall. Okay, so how can you make, you know, I don't know, I don't want to say competition, but how can you make it a ritual to stand up for yourself, Capricorn, to defend yourself? Because this is kind of a defensive energy, okay? This person's extremely defensive, whether it's you or another person, because this is definitely about that. So this Virgo full moon, it may make people around you defensive, or there might be new things that you're defending. You could just be learning, okay? So with the 9th house, it's all about what you can learn about these new rituals. What can you learn over the next 6 months, okay? Can you make it a habit to stand up for something that you learn? Now, some of you guys could definitely be dealing with competition in school environments or work environments, or just, you know, some kind of learning energy, teacher environment, because when we mix the 9th house with this energy here, it can definitely mean that. But I just think Capricorn is very occupied right now with defending what is theirs. That's what I'm getting. Bottom of the deck is the Magician with the moon, okay? So we've got strong Pisces season. Pisces season is all about manifesting for you, Capricorn, using the tools that you have, knowing that that's enough. Now, this is also the full moon in Virgo, though. So this is a very magical full moon for you when it comes to things coming in. I mean, we've got some messages coming in here, okay? So don't regret. Don't be depressed, Capricorn, because there is something coming in. I don't know if it's an opportunity to travel, or if it's an international or some kind of, yeah, this is 9th house travel, okay? So I don't know, between now and the full moon in Libra next month, there might be some financial traveling or messaging, and that might be why you're standing up, okay, for this promotion or this new money coming in, because there's absolutely something coming your way. This looks like something every Capricorn would enjoy. But we also have this energy. First, you're going to have to manifest this. First, this is about, maybe this is a fear, okay? Maybe this is about some kind of shadow energy coming up, okay? There are certain fears here, but you don't really have anything to fear, Capricorn, because you're the Magician, okay? This moon is giving some kind of magical essence. I think it's because it's your 9th house of expansion. So what can you learn about the resources that you have? What is it that you can learn about this defensiveness around you, or about this battle? Okay, there's a battle here. There's a defensiveness, a struggle, a need to stand up, okay? So yeah, this is definitely about mental battles as well. With Mercury and Pisces is coming up here for you in your 3rd house. So this is about communication, but this is a message about Mercury and Pisces, Capricorn, which is what's happening right now. Okay, so this full moon is about manifesting and creating something. But my advice to you is to develop something that you can do every day for the next 6 months that will not only expand you, but it'll teach you something. It'll put you in the position to learn as well. And this has something to do with your reality, but it's about a ritual, something that you can do. Virgo likes that. Virgo likes to form habits out of things, okay? Because that's how they perfect things. That's how they analyze things, by looking at the big picture, okay? But yeah, Capricorn, it definitely looks like there's some kind of need to stand up here. Okay, this is like someone who is standing up for something that they know is a magical opportunity. Even though they're afraid a little bit of this new thing coming in, they're absolutely done standing there and regretting something. And I also had the Ten of Swords to show up with the Knight of Pentacles. So painful endings that you're finally moving forward from, Capricorn. And, you know, like I said, this energy is all about learning for you. So there is some secret happiness here with the High Priestess and the Sun. But like I said, yes, Capricorn learns the most from Virgo. You are the students of Virgo, and you're also the teachers of Virgo as well. But it's that earth energy, Capricorn. So hopefully that helped you guys. Now we're going to move on to Aquarius. Whoa, that came out pretty quickly. So Aquarius, Virgo is your 8th house. So we've got an 8th house message here, and don't worry, Aquarius. I understand Virgo is my 8th house in my birth chart. So we're actually going through something very similar. 8th house full moon, I mean, this is interesting because the 8th house is really dark, okay? It's the only dark house. Well, the 12th house is dark as well. So you and Libra, I would say, have the most interesting full moon because there's actual light in a place that usually is no light. So there's just obviously secrets that you can learn, things that you can see. It's like a corner of an old haunted house that never gets lit, and then someone shining a big old flashlight there. Okay, so there's some things here. There's some things here, Aquarius, about intimacy. Okay, this is about how intimacy fits into your lifestyle. Okay, not just sexual, but, you know, because people can be fully clothed and miles away from each other, but still be more intimate than the people making out in the next room. You know what I mean? Like, so intimacy is definitely something the 8th house enlightens. And with a full moon in your 8th house, this is definitely certain secrets coming to the surface. Okay, kind of hard to lie to someone who's going through an 8th house full moon because they are so aware of what's usually hidden, things like secrets and hidden stuff. And it is the shared resources house as well. So this is going to bring light and completions to what you share emotionally. Okay, the emotional give and take is coming up here. This is the end to a cycle for you, Aquarius. The card we have coming out is the 5 of Cups. So this is about something that needs to change emotionally for you, Aquarius. I know you're an air sign, you're used to detaching and analyzing, but if you really focused on your emotional space right now, more than half of you, in fact, the majority of you, would actually start to notice a sadness brewing. And I know that because it's Pisces season, okay? We went through Aquarius season. Hopefully you guys had great birthdays, but you guys are left a little bit emotionally dissatisfied. You're actually regretting something right now. It's just a sadness. This is like a low-key depression. Some of you might be wearing all black, if you know what I mean. It's a regret, it's sorrow, it's loss. And every 5 is about conflict. So there's an emotional conflict here because something needs to change. That is what this full moon message is for you. Now, if those of you who this is love, or if it's some kind of emotional situation that didn't work out with these 3 cups, if you take a glance there, behind this person, there is 2 upright cups. These 2 cups have not been knocked over yet. So this is probably water under the bridge, Aquarius. Okay, this is water bearer under the bridge. Water that you bared, emotions that you bared, right? That is now flowing in Pisces season. Water under the bridge energy here, okay? Something that you regret, something that you're depressed about or just kind of pessimistic about, because this is not a glass half full kind of energy. It's the glass is half empty and you're kind of sad about that, right? But it is water under the bridge, Aquarius. I know your blood, sweat, and tears went into a person, place, or thing. But the good news is that we have your planet Saturn here to back you up for some reason. You know, we've got Saturn in your 12th house of Capricorn. We have Aquarius on this card. Aquarius, Scorpio, Taurus, Leo. Could be dealing with any of those signs. That could be what's contributing to this energy, because we do have quite of an interesting message here. And in spite of all this, there is something here about you getting attention and moving forward victoriously, because we have the 6 of Wands. So there's a victory here that someone's defending. There's a battle here for victory, especially when it comes to financial stress and confusion. There might be a decision here to make financially that's confusing some of you guys. But others of you, this is the ending to a cycle of regret. This is an ending to a cycle. Now, I have been saying that this is the ending to a cycle of critical emotions, like criticizing our own emotions. That's ending here with this Virgo full moon. We've got a celebration here. This Virgo full moon is something coming all the way back around for you guys. Okay, what's ending for you is emotional sorrow and feeling trapped inside your mind, Aquarius. Okay, this is the ending to not knowing how to move forward, not knowing what to do. Your opposite sign, Leo, got this too. So the fixed signs, especially Leo and Aquarius, you guys might just feel a little bit mentally imprisoned. Okay, because there's something here about a cycle of mental prison. Okay, and very well your emotions, because we have the feet here. The feet and the water here are not touching. So grounding yourself in your emotion will actually bring forth this completion for you, if you know what I mean. Okay, celebrating the fact that you're exiting a mental prison, you're taking the blindfold off, okay, and you're moving towards victory, even if you have to fight for that victory. But we do have the 5 of Cups. So there's something that needs to change here, Aquarius, that is conflicting you emotionally. It has something to do with something that didn't work out, or emotion that was invested that seems spilled over, but it's also water under the bridge. Okay, it's the past. Let the past be the past. I can't believe I'm talking to you about this, but you know, Virgo full moon, it brings up a lot of analytics. It brings up a lot of frustrated, you know, aggravated energies. So, you know, the things that come up for us, with the Virgo full moon, it's just because the moon is able to pay attention closer to details when it's in Virgo. And so with Aquarius, this is about your emotional details. So what is it that you can do now, Aquarius? And I feel like this is a very secret energy for you, okay, because you're going through 8th house. So there's going to be certain secrets, right? Even with yourself. And this is definitely talking about transformation. The 8th house is going to transform you. It's going to kill you. It's going to bring you back to life as a new person, place, or thing, right? Complete transformation and rebirth. So, you know, the 5 of Cups is talking about something that you can do every day for the next 6 months, for the next 6-month cycle, that will get you out of this funk. It'll get you out of the feeling of loss and regret. It'll get you out of this mental prison. Okay, because we're dealing with rituals here. We're dealing with your emotional reality, right? So whatever ritual you decide to do with this Virgo full moon, you know, it's definitely something that should be done in secret. You probably shouldn't tell many people about it. It should be intimate with you. It should be an intimate thing, whether it's snapping your fingers every day. It's all about the intent. So this is developing some kind of secret ritual that you can do for the next 6 months at least, that at the end of the 6 months, it will transform you. Okay, the very act of doing this thing. So that's what I suggest for you, Aquarius. And I do hope that that message helped. I just feel like this full moon is going to bring up, you know, certain emotions that are in you still. It's a secret. You've been keeping it a secret from yourself. But in order for it to transform and complete, you kind of have to free yourself and change something about emotion. Could be Pisces, Cancer, Scorpio, fire signs, air signs, earth signs, water signs. All you are dealing with different signs. So hopefully that helped, Aquarius. You're absolutely shedding a skin with this full moon, okay? There's a cycle that's over, and it's interesting. Sometimes cycles can be so intimate that it can bring up certain feelings of loss. But what you're losing is an old part of yourself. That might be what this is about. You're losing. You know, you already went through your solar return, so you're more conscious now than you were, say, 4 months ago. So you're maybe mourning the ending to a cycle, or you know, the old skin of you, Aquarius. The fact that you have the 8 of Swords, that's the 8th house, that's air energy too. So it's definitely transforming emotionally and mentally with this cycle. Hopefully that helps, Aquarius. Let's move to the last sign. We'll do Pisces. Happy birthday, guys. It's Pisces season. Oh, goodness, guys. It is our season. So let's see what's going on for the Virgo full moon. Now, this is our 7th house, you guys. Virgo is the opposite of us. So we're going through 7th house relationship stuff. Full moon in the 7th house, it can complete relationship cycles, right? There's something that has come full circle for all of us when it comes to these full moon cycles. So very, very interesting, Pisces. This is about our day-to-day routine and how our relationships, whether they're romantic or, you know, marriages, whatever, relationships with our pets, friends, family members, work, co-workers, relationships with everyone. How do we fit our day-to-day routine into, like, our relationships? How do our relationships incorporate into our day-to-day routine? Is there some kind of relationship ritual? So what's coming up here is relationship rituals are like meeting the same person in a different body. If you guys are dealing with heartbreak, if you're dealing with, you know, basically, if you can put all your relationships you've ever been in, Pisces, into one pile, and they're not drastically different, don't feel bad, because a lot of people go through this. But it's significant coming up for us because we need to complete certain things emotionally in when it comes to our relationships. And there's nothing that gets Pisces more heartbroken or in their feelings than love, right? So there's something that we need to allow to complete and release for this relationship, so that we can start a new ritual of love. This is like being in a relationship with rituals, okay, Pisces? We do rituals all the time. It's interesting, though. The card that's coming up for us is the Ace of Pentacles. So this is about very, very new and very realistic. This is not the Ace of Cups. Sorry. It's not the Ace of Wands. Sorry. It's not the Ace of Swords. No need to say sorry. But it is the Ace of Pentacles. So all of the aces are new beginnings. But this is a new beginning that Pisces is going to be able to really see this. It's actually promising. It's not a feeling or a passion or a thought. It's something that we need coming in very, very, very soon, apparently, with this Virgo full moon. And it's going to bring happiness, Pisces. Could be a relationship for some of us. The Ace of Pentacles is anything that we value profoundly. Some of us, it's a house environment, a home environment, whatever, Pisces, a new money, a new job opportunity. Like, we're just going to be getting a lot of offers. It might be offers to travel. You know, you could be dealing with a Capricorn, because Capricorn also got this message in their reading as well. So I don't know if there's like an opportunity overseas for you, or if this is like some money that comes in. Someone may offer you something like, hey, you know, want to travel here with me, something like that. But it looks like something very huge, a very huge blessing. So whatever it is that you need, Pisces, that one thing that you need in order to start something new, there's going to be some kind of communication about that, or very fast forward movement very quickly. And it is going to bring happiness and justice. It could have to do with a Libra for some of you guys. It could have to do with a court situation. You might be going to court to receive some kind of money payout. But either way, you know, there's been conflict. Hey, you do have the Ace of Wands. So yeah, there's new passion here. Maybe with an Aquarius. Maybe there's a decision to make about an Aquarius. New hope, inspiration. But yeah, we're receiving justice for anyone who's treated us like the Five of Swords. Anything that's been taken from us, Pisces, we're going to get back, you know, times 10. Seriously, it's our season. You know, there's just certain blessings that they're promised to us, you know, things that we've been wanting all year. So, you know, I feel like we're getting rewarded for not fighting back, for not being mean back, because Pisces will bite the bullet, you know. So think about times where you could have got revenge on somebody for doing something very wrong to you and you didn't. You know, good on you, because now the universe is going to equalize that. Okay, so those people are going to get exactly what they deserve, and we're not going to have to lift a finger. We're going to be too busy receiving, you know, this beautiful message. Okay, this is definitely something real. Could be Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn. Since we're going through 7th house stuff, it could be offers with a relationship, business relationship coming up here, or marriages. But it could also just be something coming in that we value, you know, something there. And it is about the 7th house, and it's also about our happiness. Could be dealing with a Leo too, but this is the sun in Pisces, right? This is all because of the sun in Pisces, bringing in, you know, there's going to be places we need to go, people we need to see, Pisces, and, you know, we're going to have the physical, tangible energy to back it up. So we're on the move. Okay, we're going to have some kind of material, you know. Pisces is the spiritual, so this is the ground beneath where our feet, that Virgo is giving us. This Virgo full moon, it's giving us a new value, a new opportunity with value. Okay, something that's going to really speed some things up. So Pisces, as far as the ritual, okay, it has to do with our relationships. Okay, if you're doing any rituals with your lovers or in relationships, it's going to be that much more potent. What can you do for the next 6 months? Something that you're going to be doing in the name of a relationship. So if every day, if you're wanting to attract a person to you by the Virgo new moon in 6 months, every day wake up and tell yourself, you know, the kind of lover you want, the kind of or in a current relationship. You know, there's just some kind of ritual that needs to be formed, something you can do, say, or think every day for the next 6 months, so that we can plant new seeds in 6 months. Because the seeds we planted 6 months ago for our relationships, those are coming true now. Okay, this is a big ass seed. Okay, and it's coming in quick. This Virgo full moon, it's going to change some things very, very quickly. Okay, the tables are going to turn in our favor. Okay, so very beautiful message there, Pisces. This is something coming in that we need. It could be a message on the internet, or something across seas, or something in regards to travel, or very fast forward movement towards our happiness. But it looks like I want to know what this is for us, Pisces. But, you know, it's going to be a bit different for all of us. So comment down below if you're a Pisces and you received something around the full moon that was very, very valuable to you. So before I go, guys, I'm just going to get one more message for the collective, just so that we can get an idea of what this Virgo full moon means for all of us. So what is the Virgo full moon message for all of us? And we do have the 6 of Cups, guys. So there is a nostalgicness. Okay, this is that Pisces energy kind of contributing, that Neptune energy, that Mercury energy. A lot of us are going to be thinking about the past. I see a message here about the Virgo full moon giving us the ability to critique, analyze, and gain clarity over things from our past. That's a good thing about Virgo. You know, we may need to detach from the past a little bit in order to receive inspiration in new manifestation. Okay, we have a new inspiring spark here, some kind of faith restored, something like that. We all have decisions to make mentally, though. Okay, we could be feeling a bit conflicted mentally with Mercury and Pisces, opposite of this full moon, but it's about new things coming in to inspire us. Maybe it's Aquarius related. Okay, but I feel like the overall message is this: gaining clarity over our past. There might be people, places, and things coming back to communicate about the past. It might have to do with children, okay, but there's some communication here. There's a strong mental energy here. So this is definitely that Virgo Pisces energy, you know, being intellectual about the past and about nostalgia. Even if we do find ourselves walking down memory lane, we're going to be walking down memory lane with a clear ass mind. And you know, so it's dangerous to walk into the past without clarity, you know, without some sort of tool that can help you at least gain clarity in rational perception. So this is a rational perception over the past. And for some of us, it's a soulmate energy too. There might be new sparks with soulmates. You know, there could be some communicating that comes up emotionally. So this is, yeah, Virgo is going to give us rational emotion. It's going to teach us how to analyze things. It's going to give us the details that we need. Some of these details are from the past as well. So that is the message, guys. The Six of Cups. This is a Six of Cups moon. So if there's any people, places, or things or energies that come back from the past, it's absolutely the Virgo full moon. Just make sure that you're intellectually analyzing and staying truthful, okay? We might need to be honest about our feelings. We might need to be honest with a soulmate or with our children. But overall, this is about being honest about the past. So happy full moon in Virgo, you guys. Thank you guys for watching and listening to your signs. I hope you guys had a very, very special Virgo full moon and that you guys have a very special Pisces season. And I will talk to you guys on the next time I talk to you. It will be the Pisces new moon. Of course, I'll talk to you then. All right, bye.